Hello everyone, my name is Lance. It's been a while since I've been on this channel, yeah. But the focus is about me. The focus on this video is about Jacob Ware, online name Starman3. Starman3 is a YouTuber who does Super Mario 64 machinimas, if you didn't know so. Amassed about 23,000 subscribers with about 560 videos made. Sounds pretty good. Well, this is where some of the controversy should start. Matt says in his video,
With a big fan base comes a great responsibility.
Starman3 has done a large amount of controversial stuff in the past, what is believed a decade and a little more, and all the times that he's been getting help, well, has not made him improve as a person or anything, and I've heard he has done therapy, and, he's got problems like he's got Asperger's and all that, and just, he makes those as excuses, which I'll talk about later. And 67 years ago, I met Starman3 on XAT and Skype and a little bit on Discord. But like I said, this isn't about me. And I was naive like a lot of people, and I didn't know better too. Even if I was older than a lot of them, and older than a lot of these traumatized people who have been in talks with Starman3 and relations with Starman3, it's just, I need to talk about this later in the video because there's some other things that need to be talked about first before I get to the meat of this video, which is I know what everybody's going to be here for. So one of the smaller things that I'd like to bring up is Starman3 has gotten a lot of people to buy him games without really ever giving anything back or paying these people for the money they spend on him. And I was one of those people. I bought him Kerbal Space Program back then, 15 bucks, gone, never paid back. Not that it matters to me now, but this is one instance that I had with him taking and not giving. And he never gave me anything in return no matter what. No matter if I gave him a Minecraft server, which I spent about $100 and it's just gone too. Now, $100 to me is not too much. I can make that in 7 hours of work without doing too much anyway. Like, again, it's not about me. Another thing I should mention is that he has a huge victim complex, always playing the victim card when things are thrown his way. In fact, legit stuff, like the instance of Mekaratsu where he told him off in a call. Well, and that was the previous video, and did Starman stop all that stuff? Did he stop himself from doing anything to this stuff anymore? Did he stop doing all the things that Mekaratsu said he should do and just stop being a coward? Well, 6 years later, no. He's still victimizing himself. He's still doing all these horrible acts. And he's done a lot of things, really bad things. And he's literally called people out. And in quotes, he calls them trolls and anti-SM3. And he uses his group, the YouTube Rangers or the Grand Star Legion, to go as far as making these people think that this is still a so-called war. And they would shun and shut down these people who speak out against him. So he's literally using people to do his bidding. And I'm going to mention this in another part of the video now. But this is very prevalent to this day still. He still has people who are with him on this. There's still a lot of people who are seemingly on his side still, which now with all this stuff coming out, these people should not be supporting him. They should really just get away from him. And it just sucks. He gets his entire group to defriend these people and make them full outcasts. And again, this happened a ton. I used to be in this group. I used to be in the YouTube Rangers. This happened a ton. I wish I could provide as much as I can, but all I can do is give you guys video links. And I'm going to post them down in the video description below. Please, take a read at that. Look at the videos. Look at everything that's in there. You're going to need these. You're going to have to see these in order to say, yeah, this person, this guy, Starman3, Jacob Ware, this is not good stuff. This is really, bottom line, horrible shit. Next, I want to put onto this list of reason is he's very, very power hungry. He always wants to be on top. He always wants to be a moderator. He always wants the biggest shiny thing. Except days, he always wanted shines, power, color, and all that. He always wanted to be the moderator of any group so he can do things like he can shun someone, he can completely ban someone, he can just kick them, he can just mute them, he can do anything he wants to them. That way, he can just shun them, get them out, bye, go. Anyone who opposes him, anyone who talks any opinion on him, anything at all. And this that comes with a lot of manipulation too. He would manipulate people to do his bidding. So he would be a moderator, he'd lead to say, hey, moderator, this person's doing something, please ban him. So that way the moderator would be the one banning him and not him. So there's a little bit of manipulation, even though the stuff that people would say is in fact legit and really real stuff that these people said. I know I'm repeating myself and saying legit or real. I understand that. But I'm trying to make a point here. And I'm gonna say I'm not a saint either when it comes to manipulation shit. I used to be a moderator at Team Toad. One day I got a little attention seeking. I literally did get attention seeking. I deleted all of Team Toad's videos and I blamed someone for my actions, about my, oh no, this and that. I wrote this little thing where I was like, oh, because of what this person said, I did this. Well, wow, I even threatened suicide back then and I cried for the whole day just because I got caught for my act and I lost a ton of friends that day. That was in June of 2017. And another thing I also had was I had a second Discord account that I puppeteered too. Ain't that great? No. Like I said, not a saint. But do I wish I can go back in time to never do that stuff? Yeah. Do I wish that, like I said, I just wish I'd never done that? Yeah. Past is past. I can only move on and continue on forward. But to the extent of what Starman3 does, Jacob Ware does, it's amazing to know that he still has very close friends. That even now, CD-ROM, Sinbad316. Yes, I'm calling him out too, because they'll stick by with Starman3, continue to allow this, and enable him to do these nefarious acts. Stop. Get away from Starman3. He's a pedophile. Run. To the last part of this video. This is the big one. This is going to be the longest part of this video in my eyes. The one that everyone should hear and see. I think I'm going to talk with this through. I'm not even going to cut out. I think I'm just going to say as is. Even if I mess up a lot. I made a script. And it's just to help me stay on track. But I'm going to veer off sometimes. So I'm just going to say this. I linked Matthew Geoforce's video on this. I'll even go include a few things in the edit. A few other videos, and I'll take it a little bit deeper than what I would say here, or they would say a little bit deeper than I would say here, maybe. First things first, this needs to be said. If you, or someone you know has been exploited by Starman3 or any adult online, either you were talking to someone or they were talking to someone who is condoning sexual predation, asking to send nudity to an adult predator as a minor, or anything that would totally be illegal by the FBI standards, I ask you in the description below, there's 2 forms, one for Canada, one for the United States. Both you need to fill. Well, you don't have to fill both of them, but fill the one for your country. And if you're not in the United States or Canada, please, I beg you, go on your government website, report. If you got evidence to support your claim, please fill out these forms. Because right now, everybody who's been victimized by him, everybody who's been sexually exploited by him, predated by him, preyed on, you need to fill out these forms. This is the way to do things. You don't do this way, you keep calling it out, you're not going to gain traction. To gain traction, you got to fill out these forms. This is the big thing. Alright? I went sidetracked there than what I had said. But please use the forms. Calling on those numbers. Sending everything you have. All the screenshots. Everything. Any chat logs. Everything. Skype. Discord. Everything. His name. His Discord. His Skype. Please send it. Tell him who you are. Tell him who he is. Tell him what happened. Tell him why it happened. You gotta be honest. You gotta be for real with it. Please. Do this. The more the police, FBI, and other agencies see this, they'll look into it like that. The more people that put in these forms, the more the FBI and these government agencies will look into it, the faster things will happen. And in fact, I've already said Starman3 has been accused of being a pedophile by many at the Mario 64 mission in my community. And I've already said, it's true, the screenshots don't lie. I know these people. I know these people by heart. All these people who come up, they're not lying. These are the honest God people who've been exploited by him. I don't care who you are. You gotta say something. Please say something. Everyone who in these comment sections, I have the screen right here for all the comment sections in Matthew Geoforce videos. On this screen here, I'm going to read a few of them. I'm going to display on this screen here. Please, read this stuff. This ain't faked. This ain't fake shit. These people didn't put their time and effort to put this stuff on their videos. I know I'm saying curse words right now. I'm sorry. It's unprofessional of me. But please, at the beg of my heart, please look at this stuff. You need to see this. This stuff that they posted here on Matthew G4's channel, on other people's videos. Everyone who's even posted on other videos about Starman3 and all the stuff he's done. Take a look into it. Read it. Come up with the conclusion of yourself. Like I did, and many others. And so far, general consensus, he's a pedophile. No, there's no way to say any other thing. He's a pedophile, sexual predator, child manipulator, child sexual predator. Anyway, sorry. It's like I said, I'm not gonna cut this. This is true to my heart. I'm sorry. These are real people, real kids, real teenagers who made these posts. Yeah, I just said that. And these people took screenshots, putting them out there for someone to see and take action. People in 2019 have posted videos on this, and now in 2020, we finally have a big name, Matthew G4. I thank you. Thank you so much for saying something. And I thank everyone else who said something. Please, don't stop. Now I'm going to start reading some of these comments. Alright? This first one, I'm going to scroll down here. It's from Rice Cream Man. First things first. Thank you very much, Matthew, for sharing all the victims' stories about Starman3 and making this video. It was very much needed. For those who don't know who I am, yes, I am Cobalt Scout in the Twitter description. I've already told my story there, but I'll just summarize it. Aside for being a piece of crap who throws away his members when they don't agree with them, Starman3 also solicited cyber sex from me and attempted to get me to strip for him. Luckily, I didn't, but others were not so fortunate. That said, the point of the story isn't that I got abused, but to point out how this crap was able to happen. Whenever Starman3 would do anything wrong, and if someone in the YTR questioned it, YouTube Rangers questioned it, he'd ban them and label them as a troll, then get his friends to trash talk on them for trolling and bullying him. This is the victim complex I was talking about. Jacob Ware has a terrible victim complex. To him, it's always everybody else's fault, not his. During the summer of 2013, when me and a bunch of people left because we were sick of his crap, Starman3 told everybody that we were his new trolls and attempted to cut me off from the friends I had in YouTube Rangers. An example was when a guy who went by the Shadow Globe had mentioned he was talking to me. Starman said, "Don't talk to him," in quotes, and then kicked him out of the group when he said I was his friend. Another thing he did was comment on someone else's video, I forgot who, and talked about how I and a bunch of others left YouTube Rangers, but he conveniently leave out the reason why and made about we were trying to get him to leave, end quotes. And he had the nerve to call us trolls when he said, sadly, trolling is legal, then said that everyone should ignore me and the people who left YouTube Rangers. I wonder why. Overall, he absolutely refused to take any responsibility and always tried to make issue about how we're his trolls, end quote, or we want him to quit, end quote. It didn't help either that he had some white knights and YouTube Rangers willing to defend anything and everything he did. Luigi Fan 456, CD-ROM, Sinbad 316, and numerous others. whenever we would come forward with our stories, we'd only be hit with, he's changed, he has autism, he doesn't understand why it's bad. I'm going to make a point out that there was a screenshot of this. Like I said, it's going to be posted in the description below. Please watch all the videos. Please watch them fully. You got to take the time to pause to read it. Please take the time to pause and read it. Instead of holding Starman accountable, his yes men would always make excuses for him and deflect the blame onto others. And this is why the problem got worse. Starman's closest friends weren't willing to do the right thing and cut him off or tell him off whenever he was caught molesting a child. One of them actually said it's part of his autism. He isn't a predator. He doesn't understand why he's wrong. Wrong. When people say, a lot of people say, hey, this is wrong, please stop doing this. That person will know, hey, this is bad, I should not do this. An autism card, Asperger's card, anything that it makes you an issue is not to be used on the internet. It should not be used. You shouldn't use your disability as an excuse. Please don't ever make it an excuse, because it only makes you worse. It's just crazy, and I'm glad I'm saying this out because I want everybody else to see this. Everybody needs to see this. I wish I can get everybody to see this, but I can't get everybody to see this. But I'm putting a voice out there. I'm putting a stand out here for right now. But that said, let's get back to it. But that doesn't invalidate the fact that he solicited child pornography and cyber sex from minors, from kids, from teenagers, from not adults. Anyone under 18 is a teenager, a minor, a child. Along with that, whenever they wrongly give him another chance, Starman would always say, please give me one last chance, over and over. This is true. Over and over and over and over. And they give it to him. He never got to learn from his consequences because he had everybody around him call his yes men. They're all cowards, spineless cowards, as quote, who refused to call him out or cut him off. Instead, they'd whine about the drama, end quote, we were causing, while refusing to hold the actual cause of the drama, Starman3, accountable. When we had come forward with this in 2018, we made a lot of mistakes that unfortunately prevented Starman from receiving any consequences and had caused people to lose trust in us. The person spearheading the whole movement was an asshole to generally everybody, and they focused more on the stupid, asshole-ish stuff Starman had done rather than prioritizing his actions as a child predator. I made the mistake of not coming forward earlier when it happened to me. I made the mistake of thinking Starman3 could change his ways and learn from his mistakes. But it turns out he was telling us we were just rehearsed PR lines so he could cover his ass and not actually have to change who he is. He is going to change. He's 30 years old. He is what he is. Once again, Matthew, thank you for releasing this video and covering such a controversial topic. It's important that big voices get the word out about this child predator. No more running away from consequences. It's time we finish what we started. Also, and anybody else has any experience with Starman when he tried to groom you for cyber sex or solicited child porn for you, please let me or anybody else here know. There must be more awareness about this issue. Thank you. You got it. Now, on to Smus 16475. Thank you for making this video, Matthew G4. This will definitely wear awareness. The man simply needs to be in solitary confinement. Yes. Charged. Life sentences. Gone away. True. I dealt with Jacob's bullshit for almost a decade. And for those who didn't know, he started exhibiting this fucked up behavior as early as late 2012. We knew he was irritating waste of space, but we never thought he'd go as far as screwing around with minors. Around the time we were all kids, besides SN3, Starman3, he was in his late 20s. We didn't even know any better ourselves, and I think after 2012, we were just about fed up with him, knowing that there are other things to worry about than dealing with one deranged individual like Starman3. So we left him alone and moved on with our lives. I wanted to stay on YouTube and just keep watch of his behavior as it did other people. Of course, there were a few conflicts here and there. The group went through numerous reopenings because he'd sometimes leave his own group to avoid problems like the pathetic coward he is. I've heard segments of Beat's story in the past, but it seemed way too unrealistic that a person like Starman3 would do what he did to Beat. Of course, we didn't really see eye to eye with Beat, so we isolated ourselves from him. Okay, fast forward to 2017. I was scrolling through YouTube and I stumbled upon a video talking about Starman3's pedophilic behavior with screenshots from Discord. I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought he'd let that shit in 2012, but I guess he couldn't resist. The following year, more allegations surfaced, and I recall Enzo, Bren 1100, and Mario Star 92 leaving the group for good. These three individuals have been on Jacob's side for as far as I can remember, so for them to completely leave YTR, damn well Starman3 fucked up. Then in 2019, even more allegations surfaced, along with that SNG4 no context tweet blowing up, and that is what the whole group fell apart. I didn't know what to think at the time. I personally blamed myself for not listening to everyone and thought he could change his ways, when in reality, he just surrounds himself with minors and preys on innocent kids behind their backs. What ignited my motivation to completely dissociate myself from Starman3 was when my content in the Grainstorm Legion channel got removed, and believe me, I uploaded a crap ton. I knew it was him because he only gave access to those who made content in that channel, and when I confronted CD-ROM about this, he was confused. He had no idea what happened. So there you have it. I don't really have a story of when he tried to pull a fast one on me, but one thing for certain, what Jacob has done to these people in the last 8 years is without a doubt unacceptable and shall no longer be ignored. It is time to finish what we started. This man must pay for his actions. Thank you, Smuts. There are more people in this comment section who said things. I'm going to read one more. This is by Antipius. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm very sorry. Thank you for this video. It was sorely needed. Starman3's behavior has indeed been known for a long time, but the early pushback against him was by very naive kids, among which me. We were all naive. Most of us were naive back then. Can't really blame us. Most of us were teens, kids, so we didn't know from right from wrong. We had adults that would tell us, right from wrong most of the time back then. So this whole internet thing was kind of new. So now we need to teach the newer generation how to know right from wrong as early as possible. Let them know there are people online who will take advantage of them. With that said, and with our intentions may have been good, the way we went about it, insulting him, harassing people who supported him, and focused too much on the drama and too little on the actual danger of kids being groomed, meant that we solely damaged the legitimacy of any accusations, and I would deeply regret that to this day. It allowed him to play the victim and caused his apologists to only dig themselves deeper in. Thank you for mending our mistakes. Yes. Sadly, I can 100% confirm Starman is indeed indulges in grooming behavior. Years ago, unsolicited, he tried to get me to do 4 roleplays with him. And while that never led to anything, lucky me. The fact that he'd seek out young kiddos who don't know any better for his fetishes is so deeply disturbing. I hope there will be justice in the end, or that at the very least, no more kids are hurt. Thank you again. This is a great video and the best way to raise awareness. Thank you. Thank you for speaking out. Everybody else, thank you for speaking out. I'm going to close this out with another thing I need to say. You can read them all in Matthew Geofor's videos, as I said. They're all in the comments section. One thing I like to say about this too. I talked with Starman3 before. In the video, you've also seen I was in Skype with them. Everyone knows, and many others have talked with him. I wish back then I didn't back off making a third and final YouTube strike on this channel, because he would severely had less people to look at him, to look at his channel, to look up to him, and had this much less of a chance to groom, exploit, and prey on kids and teenagers, to commit sexual acts with kids. sexual acts. Even then, if I did so, I wish to not been naive teen, or that I wish I would have done something to get things rolling back then as well. We all didn't have much of a platform to stand on. Well, now we do. We had somewhere to stand on, and to say to our peers who need to know to stay away from Starman 3, I too want him gone. I want you all to keep going, keep sending your message out, speak up, speak out, make videos, make long test posts, say something, because the larger amount of people speak up, the louder we are, and the faster things will get done. We can get Starman 3 out of this picture. We can get him arrested. Work together. Let's work together. If we do, as a union together, report with evidence about his actions. You guys already did an amazing job with this now, and back then. And I wish we can work together. And now, let's do this. Let's work together. Make your videos. Make your long text posts. Say something. Do something. Fill out the forms. Do something. With that, I wish for all of you to stay safe. I wish all of you for the best of days moving forward. Again, speak up. Speak out. This is Lance, signing off.